Kickoff team on the field, ready to start this postseason classic. Here's the return from inside his 10. He's out of bounds at the 27-yard line, so a couple extra yards of field position for this offense to start. Complete to start this drive. Great to have perfect blocking, but you can also make your own, and that's exactly what he does, getting it up to the 36.
Man, this guy is so dynamic, and that's why you want to try to get him the ball as many ways as you can. That time, it's a screen throw, and he had some nice blocks downfield, but with his speed and elusive running ability, this dude is dangerous.
The Yellow Jackets in a good spot here with second and short. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a first down.
I'll tell you, for this defense, they're going to have to find a way to bracket the slot receiver because of how athletic he is. They're going to need to make sure they've got linebackers and DBs surrounding this guy at all times.
It's first and 10 from the 38-yard line. He's in open space downfield. Wide open spaces. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
I don't know, man. If I'm on defense here and I'm watching the way my D-line's getting manhandled, I might have to put more guys in the box. I might have to sacrifice his safety and try to get more hats close to the line of scrimmage to slow this running back down, because the RPO game's been a problem.
From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Yeah, you just feel like the running back's asking for redemption on that one. You know, second and short, and you're giving him the football. He can't get the first himself. Now it's third down. He's looking over on the sideline like, call it again, throw me the ball, I can go do this. It's never a good feeling for the running back in that situation.
Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Scanning the field, it's Hoover. Throws to the tight end. Got his man downfield. Running free. Touchdown, Georgia Tech. Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
Man, football, there is so many weapons now with small slots and big wide receivers. And then you got the tight ends now that have the speed to catch the football, chew up ground, and get to the end zone and make those big plays like he did right here.
And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finish it in style with a 57-yard toss for 6. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Snags a quick pass on the left. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling there out to the 35.
Well, your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
And I like the throw. I like him understanding I'm getting man coverage. The sideline is my friend. I can't miss inside where that guy's chasing him. Throws it right on the corner route. Great job to get a nice positive gain.
Nice move there.
Right, great little run there. Listen, it wasn't phenomenal. He didn't get a first down, but what does it do? Now it makes second down easier. The play caller looking at his sheet going, all right, I can throw it, I can run it. Still in a great position, ready to stay ahead of the chains.
He's going to run it. Oh, what a caught! And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the first down. And the Cyclones have it with a 1st and 10. To the air, it's Jordan. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. On the option. He'll pitch it. Creates a little space. They'll put the brakes on him at the 21, give him a yard.
It's a veteran defense. They've seen option before. They were prepared to see it in this game, and you're seeing it on that play right there. Everybody doing a great job with assignment football, staying in their gaps, accounting for anyone who can have the football. They were ready for the pitch guy that time. They're able to make a quick stop.
And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Great job by the defense dialing up some pressure on 3rd down. They hit the quarterback and forced the incompletion.
On 4th and 9, the offense will stay on the field. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Converts on 4th down, and he's still going. Touchdown, Cyclones! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone. Setting up for the extra point and the tie.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the time to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down to the 26. They'll get this drive started from their own 26. Got the quick completion. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
You see it more and more. Smaller wide receivers. I don't care about their size anymore. I put them in the slot. I let them get a good matchup. They're so quick. They can get their hands on them. They make plays, and I feed them the football. These are guys that have a lot of catches throughout a season.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
They'll need to show urgency to get another play off before the clock hits 0. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Might as well give it to him again.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Quarterback may change this route. Motion from the back. Looking to throw. It's Hoover. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious.
And the defense catches a break on that one. And this guy's not a superstar, but he's pretty dang reliable. And we talked to them about this guy. Like, he's kind of the security blanket for the quarterback. And him to drop that football doesn't happen often. You take those lucky things when you can get them.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Grabbed in the backfield. It's locked. They stop him right at the 40-yard line. It's 4th down. Will they bring out the punt team?
And as an offense, that's just why you cannot get behind the sticks in these types of situations. 3rd in California is hard to complete and is hard to convert for anybody. And even though the running back is able to do something positive on that 3rd down play, it's just too many yards to gain, and now they're forced to punt.
Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. And the Yellow Jackets will come to the line to convert on 4th down. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. On fourth down, they'll pass for it. Unloads to the wideout. And it's incomplete, and this defense makes a fourth down stop.
Man, first half being that aggressive on your side of the field, that's a different world. Like, you live in the analytics world, and I know people say go for it more often. I don't see the point in going for it on that one early in the game in that situation.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And that just looked off. The timing, the rhythm, I don't know what it was, but usually that option, man, it's so precise, right? Like, really quickly making a read, and you could tell they weren't on the same page. It went absolutely nowhere. Defense won that round.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
Looking for a man. It's Jordan. Fires to the wideout. It's caught downfield. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business. First and goal.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
The Cyclones will try to punch it in on first and goal. They'll send the back in motion. Looking to throw. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Back to pass. Looking for the score. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
Nice execution by this defense on second and goal. And they try to throw the football. They stay tight on him. If I'm this offense, maybe I run some crossers, a little pick route, try to get my guy open.
On third and goal, they'll throw it. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone.
Well, the defense does an awesome job here with their backs against the wall in their own red zone, coming away with an INT early. That could be a big game-changing type play in this game.
They are pinned deep in their own territory. They'll snap it from their own 4 to start the drive. Takes the handoff. It's locked. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. We saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical enough.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. And he can't connect on the throw. It's incomplete.
I love the quick decision the QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
It'll be 3rd and long. To the air, it's Hoover. Intercepted, a turnover in their own territory. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. And the sudden change situation even more difficult for this defense facing a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Great penetration by this defense, and they knock him down behind the line, a loss of 1.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. It's third and goal and third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Touchdown, Iowa State. Snagged in the end zone to give them 6. And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look.
Well, one of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
From inside the 15, chance for a good return. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Dropping back, it's Hoover. Flips it out to the back. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this.
Gonna let it fly. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
Well, that's a huge moment here in the game at the end of the first half because the offense is trying to march down the field and trying to cut into the opponent's lead. But with that interception and with that return, the defense now, they've put their team in an opportunity to pad their lead with more points here at the end of the first half.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. So the offense, more than happy with the result of the play, will decline the penalty. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Looking to throw on first down. Throws to the wideout. Touchdown, Cyclones! That's the way you finish a drive and put up points.
Man, what great offensive execution. You talk about addressing a 2-minute situation and using almost all of the clock, adding to your lead and creating more momentum going into the half. Great execution by this offense.
From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. And he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down. One more snap coming before halftime. From the gun, running back on the move. He has an extensive juke library, and he exhausted it and still didn't pick up much. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Give to the running back. And he'll just get back to the line of scrimmage, and we have run out of time in the second quarter. The Yellow Jackets will kick it away to crank up the second half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And he'll be brought down after a solid effort on that return. They'll get this drive started from the 29. Back to throw, it's Jordan. Unloads to the wideout. Complete downfield. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down.
Oh, it's picked off. That's not the start they hoped for. Never had a chance to get rolling after the pick, but he gives them the ball in prime field position at the 40.
And it's frustrating because you go into half and the coaches tell you what they want to accomplish. Listen, we've seen this the whole first half. This is what they're doing. Not a good job coming out first drive, trying to get some momentum created. Turn it over to the other team. Give them a good field position now, too. Not the ideal start.
Gets the back moving. To the air on first down. Pulls it in. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. Now they'll try to cash in this drive. 1st and 10 from the 50. On the ground, it's Love. A most efficient pickup of 6 on first down. It's 2nd and 4. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. It's a running room. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. And the Yellow Jackets, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Now from inside the red zone. Caught in the backfield, it's Love. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
I want to make sure I know where the playmakers are. And I can't let guys like this guy slip out of the backfield and make big plays against me. Good job being aware that they can throw the ball to the running back, closing space and getting that fast dude on the ground.
They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. You can hand it to him, you can throw it to him. Either way, he's making his presence felt.
Those are your favorite plays, Reese, the him plays, right? Finding ways to get him the ball because he can make plays, whether it's running or receiving out of the backfield. They're going to continue to highlight this guy.
He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on 4th down, trailing by double figures. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. With a double-digit deficit here in the second half, they're going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And here's the 3rd interception of the night. Brought it back to the 6-yard line after making the interception.
And talk about being an impact player for his defense. That's now his 2nd interception in this game. Time and time again, when they've thrown his direction, he's come up with a big play, and in a tight game like...
And he throws another interception, his 3rd one of the night. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets! And they turn it into a defensive score.
Well, you don't see this very often. A defensive lineman getting the pick 6. What an individual effort to get his hands on the football. How about that athleticism? And then take it to the house.
Just not quite. able to make the connection. It's incomplete. They're about to kick it away, and the defense probably can't wait to get back out there after the pick six. On the run from inside his own 5. He gets a block. Got a little room. And there he goes. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. That dude ought to have a lethal sticker on his helmet. Anytime he touches it, it can be a score. He touched it, and it was.
No doubt. Unbelievable speed. And if you're back deep for a kickoff, obviously, you've got those wheels. But to be able to get through, and guess what? No flags. You know it's going to count. Great job by the special teams being special.
On the move from inside his 5. He's out of bounds at the 28-yard line, and that's where this offense will take over. They'll christen this drive from the 28-yard line. Send the tight end in motion. Dropping back, it's Hoover. Grabbed behind the line, it's Love. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Well, he made the grab, but the doors closed quickly after that.
And I like this. I want to find my running back, but man, he's got to do a little more damage after the catch. I need a stiff arm. I need a spin move. I need something where he can make that guy miss and pick up a bunch of yards and maybe get a big play out of it.
Well, it's important in this game, this offense gets the running back involved out on the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. Picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. The Yellow Jackets in the hurry-up.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
Looking deep down the right side. He caught it. And he will score! Touchdown, Georgia Tech! That is what we call in the industry a defensive breakdown. That guy was loose for the big play.
Busted coverage, really, really bad execution. Somebody slips, somebody falls. Nothing about that defensively is something we're looking for, but the offense will take it and get the easy touchdown.
Now the two-point conversion attempt is coming. Goes to the option. Into the end zone for the two-point conversion, and now they're down by 7. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. So after getting into the end zone on that last drive, they're set to kick it away. Grabs it inside his 25, and here he comes. This guy makes you hold your breath when he gets the football in his hands, and that last line of the coverage team, the only thing that stopped him from housing it. They'll run the option. He'll toss it. Oh, out of space. And that's what this option will do to you. They got the pitch man free, and he was off to the races. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. On the direct snap, it's Williams. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
the offense trying now to put this thing away. They're going to keep running the football to keep bleeding the clock. They've got the lead here late, now down by the goal line. Just take as many seconds off the clock as you can before snapping this football and keep running.
On the snap, it's Williams. Touchdown, Iowa State! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And man, a lot of times late in games, you see offenses, they get very conservative, very predictable, and then they leave it in the hands of their defense. I like this execution, man. The offense continues to do what they do, and they take the 2-score lead in the fourth quarter, everything going in their direction.
From inside the 10, here he comes. He's able to work his way across the 25 to the 26 before going out of bounds. Opening play of this drive comes from the 26-yard line. Looking for a man, it's Hoover. Caught in the backfield, it's Locke. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. So now it's 2nd and long. The offense changing the play. Wide receiver comes in motion. Going to swing it on 2nd down. That's reeled in, it's Locke. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Looking to throw on 3rd. Here comes the heat. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here on 4th down, right? Obviously trailing, we're in the second half, but we saw them try to go for it on 4th down early. Didn't have any success. They've got to dial up a better play here.
Sends it back in motion. On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Finds him out of the backfield. He's not going to make it, and what a big stop for this defense, and they might be able to put this thing away. They've got the big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. Pulled down after a pickup of 4 to the 27.
And I think if you're the head coach, defensively now, obviously, you've got 3 timeouts in your back pocket. You're trailing at this point, and the offense is going to be running the football, trying to bleed the clock. They're going to take as much time off the game clock as they can before snapping it. You've got to start thinking about using some of those timeouts.
They're looking to get the edge with this one on the toss. He's stopped after a 1-yard pickup at the 25. Clock stopped. We have reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense just a couple of minutes away from putting one in the win column. And the Cyclones really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. Plows through the defense. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense.
I think one of the biggest keys in stopping these big physical running backs is you can never let them get momentum running downhill. And I think that was a big factor on that play. They didn't get him right away. He was able to break a tackle, but he couldn't get the speed going. And as a result, he's going backwards. That's a big TFL for the defense.
On 4th down, looking for the completion. Can't make the catch, and the defense will force a turnover on downs.
Well, they're unable to come up with that one on 4th down. And I remember this as a player. You practice specific plays on 4th down for those types of situations. And you know all week against the scout team, they've gotten really clean looks, easy to execute against. They didn't get a clean look that time. So chalk it up to the defense. Take note of it next time. You might not run that play again if you're in a similar situation.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Looking downfield, it's Hoover. They've got the screen set up. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the 1st down. Takes it from the gun on 3rd down. Bringing the heat. Caught on the outside, it's Locke.
Man, that is not the 3rd down execution you want. Trying to get it to a playmaker so he can make plays. He gets nowhere, actually loses yards, and brings up a 4th down now.
down in the fourth quarter. It's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Here's the pressure. Makes the grab. He's got a first down. Well, they just drained all of the suspense out of the fourth down conversion, moving the chains easily. They're moving quickly after that big fourth down conversion. Clock will roll when the ball is set. Looking downfield on first down. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
Well, the quarterback off target on that one. And in this 2-minute situation, you've got to be able to call and run passing plays that you feel like you can run in your sleep.
Pause to throw again. A shot toward the end zone. And that one was way too far for anybody to catch, except ticket holders.
I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot in the fourth quarter, and you're just trying to take a shot to see if you can get on the board and get some of this momentum back. But the problem is the defense understands that, so they're playing coverage, and they're doing a good job on the back end. Nice job forcing the incompletion.
On third and long, he has to throw for it. And man, oh man, he is in the dark tonight. His fourth interception. Takes it the other way. At the 30. The 10. Touchdown, Cyclones! The defense takes... it.